really don't think we will ever solve the Nyeri lack of drugs problem. So today we'll look at the Nyeri Health Service Fund. But before we get there, let's think about this health department. Now, how much does this department get? Now, in the coming financial year, they'll get about 2.8 billion shillings. This is about 34% of our budget. Now, this sounds a lot until you unpack the health department budget. Now, 84% of that money goes to salaries and wages. 84%. That's about 2.3 billion of the 2.8 will go to salaries and wages. Then you have about 14%, that's about 391 million, that will go to development. That leaves you with only 2% for O&M, operations and maintenance. Now think of Nyeri in terms of repairs, electricity, ambulance repairs and fueling and all that manner of O&M, operations and maintenance. You only have 53 million for that. And somehow that's where drugs fall in. So the question is, do we see a situation then where we'll ever solve this problem? The health experts in Nyeri say we need about 3.6 billion for that department to achieve at least some modicum of service delivery. But this is tough because that's an extra 800 million on top of what they are receiving. So what did Nyeri do? So in 2021, Nyeri came up with the Nyeri Health Service Fund Act that kind of ring fences the money that these facilities collect. So the cash that you pay at the health facility, the NHIF reimbursements, the donor funds, anything that the health facilities collect go into this fund and we ring fence it. Why is this important? It's because there before, then this money would be collected and deposited in the county revenue fund account. And this money could be used for any expenditure, roads, street lights, and anything. So right now we ring fence that. But now, what do we do with this fund? The idea is to grow this fund. And so when they say grow, they mean charge you a little bit more. This is why you saw in the Nyeri Finance Act 2022, there were some charges that increased in the health services. But we also push this county to accredit all our health facilities so that they're able to be NHIF accredited. So that when you go and charge somebody, they're able to get reimbursement from the NHIF. Now today you'll discover that with the Health Service Fund, it also created, I want to call it a legal loophole that allows our dispensaries to start charging. Remember, primary healthcare in Nyeri is free. Not even in Nyeri, the whole country is free. You are not supposed to charge at dispensary level or health centers. But now with the Nyeri Health Service Fund Act, it kind of introduced that loophole where dispensaries and health centers can charge. The criteria is that they're supposed to call for public participation at every level for the public to agree and be aware that they'll now start paying. But that is not happening. So what now has taken place is that with the Nyeri County Finance Act allowing dispensaries to charge, you are getting dispensaries charging around 100 shillings for your card. But the question then the public is asking, have we seen improved service delivery? This is a question that then we need to understand as Nyerians. Now, the target for this financial year 2022-2023 for the Health Service Fund is 405 million. We've never collected that amount of money. And as at March, we had only collected 66% of this amount. The target for the next financial year is higher. And so the department is being pushed with these targets to collect more. And what they are doing is they are now starting to charge a little bit more. When we look at the Health Service Fund, the challenge now is that are we seeing a reduction in the absolute figure and amount going to the health department? Think about it. So as we are charged to increase this fund, on the other side, we are seeing a reduction to the budget. And so in the end, it's like the public, the patients are paying a little bit more, services are not improving, and then the budget absolute figure is reducing, which means we may be paying an extra coin that is going still to Maram and streetlights. So we are still watching these carefully. And so the question is, If we are not seeing an availability of drugs or an improvement in service delivery, then how are government decisions made when it comes to health?